Peace. We're gonna do the what's this one? This be part 8. It's gonna be Empuls hip hop stories, or hip hop stories with Empuls, or whatever. As soon as we tighten up all this shit. All right. What are we gonna talk about? Let's talk about Virginia Beach. It's probably about 2006, 2007. There was period we used to rock down at Virginia Beach pretty regular, and there's my man Young Omega. I think he goes by Carmega now, from Vibe Beach. Peace to him. Hope the story doesn't piss anybody off, by the way. But so we got invited to do a show down there. Cannabis and Dylon were on tour together. Yeah, I said, you heard that right. Cannabis and Dylon were on tour together. Did I just break? Yeah, I just broke the thing. Alright. So, I just broke the thing. So we're going to finish this one like this. Alright. Yeah, so Cannabis and Dylon were on tour together. And, when I think it was a place called, was it Hammerheads? I don't know what the place was called. I can't remember how close to the boardwalk we were, none of that stuff. But what I remember is we did our set, and of course I kind of trolled, which we didn't call it trolling back then. We stuck to what it was called. It was called talking shit. I kind of talked shit about Dylon, because it's Dylon. You know, I couldn't really believe that tour was happening. And, you know, I didn't badmouth Cannabis, because this is before the fake, like, D12 Eminem diss thing. This is before the disaster battle. This is, you know, back when I didn't have a single thing negative to say about Cannabis. And I'm pretty sure that we got paid to do this show as well, because Mega used to take care of us. Even if we didn't get paid, he always took care of us. You know, was like lodging or anything we needed. Mega is he's a real dude. He's a good dude. He's a real one. Let me put these windows up. Anyway, so we do our set. We receive well. Me, Count Fifth, Doctor Who, we receive well. And then Dylon comes out. We're still kind of bugging out that we're sharing space with Dylon, you know. It's just a trip. And Dylon comes out, he does his thing. Boom. You know what I mean? Can't really hate on the man. Why? I mean, why? I'm sure I did at the time. And technically I could hate on the man, but whatever. Why do that? So Dylon comes out. I heckled him a little bit. And I think he found out, or he showed up right when I was like kind of heckling him. So he didn't, you know, like him and Biss, if I remember correctly, kind of like passively told me that my set was dope. Whether I don't even think they saw the whole thing because of the crowd response. And like I said, I definitely heckled Dylon a little bit. I think he saw some of it. I know he heard about it, and I don't think that they appreciated it too much. That's whatever. So, I'm trying to think. Alright, so Dylon goes, again, I kind of heckle him a little bit. I didn't even know he had like full-blown songs, let alone like a set's worth of material. if I remember correctly, he had like one song, like maybe two songs to like original beats, and then he just rapped like, you know, freestyles or whatever over other people's instrumentals. You know, that kind of thing. You just feel he just rounded his set out with that. You know, just like, you know, he just had enough material, I think, to do a set. Which I was like, oh, okay, this is as bad as it's gonna get. You know, we kind of expected this. This is as bad as it gets. Dylon 2. What are you gonna do? You know, making the band Dylon, right? So it goes down. I'm pretty sure we like ran out to the parking lot a time or two. You know, sparked that stimulation. Had a couple of drinks. Come back inside, and now I'm ready for Abyss, man. Jack the Ripper. At this point, I've been a fan for like 10 years, 10, 11 years. My man, Hood 687, at this point, probably could have. Anyway, he was up there. Killer Priest been trying to get me to do a song with Cannabis at this point. I think he thought me, Cannabis, and Razkaz, and like, I can't remember the lineup, but Priest was on it. Not on it like that, but he was on like the concept of us doing a song. And then Cannabis come out, and he starts doing second round knockout. Then I noticed he's rapping over his vocals. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this is not... Maybe they grabbed the wrong track. You know what I mean? They're muted. They're like kind of low, but they're still there. It's like, maybe his engineer grabbed the wrong one, his DJ grabbed the wrong one. It happens. And then he does another couple of songs, and I noticed only one of them did he not use. He used the instrumental for one of them. I'm like, fucking Cannabis raps over his vocals now? Like, I actually mentioned it in a track that I did, a verse that I wrote around that time that got used for a couple of different things that never were permanent, and finally it came out. A track I did with Dizzy Pack. But yeah, man, fucking Cannabis broke my heart that day, man. It's like watching your older brother get beat up by the younger brother of a kid you were beefing with. It was kind of... And it wasn't like it was a big venue. It's when I realized that he couldn't say a lot of the stuff he had written live still. And then, you know, you listen to somebody different and you hear that they're like punching in a lot of punch-ins, a lot of like, you know. Anyway, yeah, man, it was about a decade ago. Cannabis broke my heart. I met a lot of my idols, and I'm sure a lot of people that if they were to think they idolized me, they would meet me and be, you know, like, you know, what's so special about this guy? I met a bunch of my idols, and that's happened to me more than once. I've been like, you know, what the fuck was so special about this guy? You find out some of their techniques, some of their tricks. I'm not taking anything away from Cannabis. I'm not saying because he rapped over his vocals, it doesn't change the fact that at one point he was like considered the best like in the world or whatever, you know, in many circles. He still got like some super, you know, there's a whole generation that from back in the day that owes him a debt of gratitude. But like I said, I understand why he ain't pulling in what his adversaries and what his idols and what... It's just one of those people, a catalog of things I learned what not to do. I repeated some of the mistakes myself, but I definitely learned what not to do from rappers, like a lot of them firsthand. I never rap over my fucking vocals. I've never done that. You won't catch me doing some sucker, you know, anything like that. My live show is impeccable. You that we're not, we're not even gonna play games with that. Like, that's a total admission that you have nothing going on. You only rap over your vocals if you're like a stadium and you really want to make sure they heard your lyrics or whatever. Like Eminem or whatever, I guess, doing Rap God or something in front of like 60,000 people. But otherwise, ain't no reason to be rapping over your vocals. Like, that's just step up your live show or stop doing live shows. That's kind of how I feel. Anyway, yeah, it's not the most exciting story, but like I said, I leave certain elements out. I change certain things in some of my stories to protect the people involved. I don't want to make anybody mad or anything like that. But so that's that. Another hip hop story, Empuls hip hop stories, or however I labeled it. Pretty sure this is volume 8. Do a quick one while I'm on the way to this work site real quick. Y'all be easy. Take care of yourselves. Talk to you soon. Peace.